Now you're very welcome outside, and we're here with Colin Baker, and this morning we're looking at electric cars and electric bikes, and earlier on, Colin, you were telling us how economical these are. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you.
I thought this is...
I'm so excited about this technology this morning because I've been very much researching it for the past few years. A couple of years ago we actually featured electric vehicles, and they were cumbersome and awkward and not necessarily that efficient. Technology has come on in leaps and bounds in this area in the last couple of years, and this is the latest and first properly practical, convenient, totally usable, comfortable family car that's totally electric.
This is a Nissan Leaf, and this is 29,000 to buy.
Yeah.
But you were saying that you can run this for €1 a week.
This is that efficient. We're not talking small savings here like in a hybrid. This essentially, the best way, I was actually doing some measurements, for about €80, and that's roughly what I put in my car a week in terms of maintenance and in terms of petrol and oil and the likes. This will run for about 8,000 kilometres for that €80.
That's incredible,
This
isn't it?
charges up. There's sites all over the country that are free in Topaz stations and various other public car parks and locations to charge up your Leaf to 80% in about 20 minutes. The range of the car is about 160 kilometres. Not necessarily the perfect car for someone who goes down to Cork 3 times a week, but for someone commuting and making the odd journey further afield, it's perfect.
And it looks quite good as well, doesn't it? It looks a really cool looking car. And like this is, yeah, you can actually, on your phone app,
it's important for people
operate
to know.
some of the stuff in it.
Yeah, exactly. Not just is it an electric car, as a car in terms of conventional standards, it goes beyond most. It's hugely
So you have it on your app here?
This thing has an app, and basically your car is permanently connected to the internet, to a service called CarWings, and the app can be downloaded to a smartphone, and you can actually control various features. So for starters, we can actually access the climate control functions of the car. So say it's a really cold morning, aka this morning, and it's 6:30, and you want to turn on the heating half an hour beforehand. You can tell your car from the app.
That's fantastic. So you know it's going to be cold, because I hate that getting into the car in the morning and you're going, oh no,
freezing cold seats, condensation on the screen, etc. Well, this allows you to set it. You can even set a timer to turn it on from the night before.
Is that going to be the future for all cars, do you think?
I think so, in terms of being able to control and access and even locate your car through the internet.
Your app going, where's my car? Yeah, I can't find it in the car park.
You've even got the ability from your app to check exactly what your range is and to turn on or off the charging function as part of the price, and they start off at about 27. This particular version is 29. The ESB will come out and fit a special charging point in your home, and of course there is all those sites all over the country. There's a map within the dash of the car that'll direct you to the various charging points. It'll tell you the nearest ones to your location.
Absolutely incredible. It is great. And €29,000.
Between 27 and 29,000 euro. That's including the funding that the government actually give you towards a car like this, because it's so incredibly green.
Okay, let's move on to the bikes. The Moto electric motorbike. Now this is €1,600.
Yeah, again, I was talking about the idea of not just being more environmentally friendly and more advanced, but being hugely efficient and cost efficient as well. This thing takes, I've been riding it for the past week, and it's cost me about 40 cents, I worked out, for commuting in and out of town on this. It does around about 45 kilometres an hour, so it's equivalent to a 50cc moped effectively. This is from a company, an Irish company who've brought them in, and it's built on Yamaha hardware called Irish Motorcycles.
Looks great, doesn't it?
Motorcycles.ie. Looks fantastic, and the thing about it is it's solid, it's heavy, and it's a very comfortable ride as well. So it's not like those tinny little electric bikes we've
that
seen.
you see to get around town.
And not only, obviously, it's reasonably priced to buy and extremely cheap to run.
Okay, and moving on then, we have the Biocycle, which is a foldable bike, which I love the idea of this. So literally you fold this up, you can put it into the boot of your car.
I actually bought a folding bike about 3 years ago, just for getting on the train, bringing it in and travelling from the train station to work, and it was about €600. This is $799, so I didn't expect a whole lot, and I actually took it out last night to take it all the way home. It's quick, it's secure, it's very, very comfortable, it's very well put together, and the nice thing is it charges in about 4 or 5 hours, gets you in and out of town, does about 30-40 kilometres, and you can either sweat away and cycle it as a normal bike because it's very, very light. The bike, the battery actually slides out. You can take it inside with you in 2 seconds and charge it up without having to hulk the whole bike in.
But the
So
thing
it's
is,
really well
if you
designed.
just want to go for maybe a 30-minute cycle along the coast, drive down, take it out, get on the bike, put it back in the boot of the
train,
car,
bring it along.
And that is, it is small enough for public transport as well to bring on public.
Exactly, yeah, and it's fairly light for a bike that combines the folding functions and the electric functions. As I say, you can whip that battery out in 2 seconds and just cycle it along as a normal bike. So it's really cleverly designed.
And that is, as we said, it's 799.
Exactly, Biocycles.
Okay, so we have the DeLorean here. So is this your little baby?
Did you always want to drive a DeLorean?
No.
You didn't?
No.
How are we even friends? Will we give it a shot?
Do you want to, is this yours?
Do you remember? It is. We got it for our 10th anniversary back in November, you might remember. You didn't come. I invited you, but you never came.
I wasn't here.
You're
I
busy.
wasn't in the
You did your
country.
hair.
I wasn't in the country.
Good excuse. Will we take it for... This is one of the only cars ever manufactured in Ireland. It was manufactured in Belfast back in the late 70s and early 80s. This is a 1982
The whole thing was
version.
when the doors
There's
went
some
up.
great stories to it. Of course, it was made hugely famous by the films Back to the Future.
So are we going to speed
go
off
straight?
into the future or back to somewhere? I'll get in here. Well.
Do you want to be Doc? I want to be Marty.
Who's the old one?
The old one is you.
All right, get in. All right. Oh God. Okay, here we go. How do you close the door?
You have to pull down on the hook.
Okay, pull down the hook. Okay, Colin, thank you very much for that. I might be back in studio later on. Depends on where Colin Baker takes me in his car. I didn't think I'd be saying that this morning. Okay.
Excited, Alan.
I'm very excited. Goodbye.